How do you build Cinderella for a brand new fairy tale series? Well, sit back and let me show you. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. You're watching Just a Mom That Sims. I'm KT, and I'm here today for another Sims 4 CAS speed build. This is for season 4 of my Sims 4 fairy tale series. So, if you like to have fun and you like a good story, please consider liking, subscribing, following, commenting. Just do all the things. Let me give my normal disclaimer that I do not edit my voiceovers when I do cast creations or speed builds. So please forgive my stumbling, bumbling, my ums, my ahs, and my slow Southern United States drawl. So, guys, I am here today because every season of my fairy tale series is a brand new story, but this one is a semi spin-off. But we are also combining some stories, and this will be the first time we're doing that. I'm excited about season 4. So I'm here today to build Cinderella, but this story will be Sleeping Beauty, Prince Charming, and Cinderella stories, all three in one season. I am so excited and I hope you are too. Guys, I am 95% done with building and creating everybody I need, every place that I need to really give you this story and to give it to you well, guys. Now, I did a thing where you can randomize Sims from the gallery, and I found the Sim, and you can already see that my Sim looks a long way from the Sim that we started with. I was actually looking for a certain type of facial features so that I could build from there. Now, my Sim has this big braided bun on top of her head from Grow Together. I'm only putting it there to get all of her hair out of her face, but I need to see her with some hair. That will not be her final hairdo. Now, as I build Cinderella, you saw me spend a lot of time adjusting her facial features, making her cheeks bigger, her eyes a different shape. And another thing that I'm gonna do is, of course, we're gonna put clothes on her, but she is Cinderella. She has been mistreated. She has had step siblings that have been treated better, and so her clothes are gonna look run down. Now, in The Sims, you can find some real raggedy clothes. So we're going to go mid grade, okay? They're going to be bad. And some of them that are in one piece are actually just going to be like a style from back when because her stepmother, for like dressy outfits, instead of getting her something really nice and new, she's going to go down to the local swap meet and get her something that may have been in style 45, 50 years ago, and not in one of those good ways where everything comes back to you, like all styles come back. Not like that, okay? So I'm going to go with this dress for her formal outfit. Now, Cinderella is going to actually be on a family aspiration. She is going to be on the big happy family. At the very end of this video, you will actually see all of her family that she lives with. Whether you would call them family or not, this is who she knows. You will also see me make her stepmother very quickly. But let's talk about Cinderella. She lost her father at an early age. And her father had just met her stepmother, and they kind of had a whirlwind relationship, and they got married after knowing each other for 2 months. Now, we'll talk about her stepmother's characteristics and traits. However, the thing you need to know about her right now is she's charismatic. Now, is she horrible in other ways? Absolutely, but she knows how to charm people when she needs to. Now, if you have a real good sense of discernment, she wouldn't fool you, but she fooled Cinderella's dad, and she didn't need to fool him for long because they got married within 2 months. And then a few months after that, he was in a tragic horse riding accident and passed away, unfortunately. Cinderella loves horses and animals and birds, as is normal for her character, but she has not ridden a horse in many, many years because now she has this fear of them because her father died riding one. So that is how she came to be with her stepmother. I do think that if her father had lived a little longer, he would have been able to see exactly who her stepmother was. But this is not what happened. So he didn't know. Guys, Cinderella, her actual name is Ella Cinder. Her father's last name was Cinder. Her name is Ella. So Ella Cinder, Cinderella. Y'all know I don't make this rocket science, right? So anyway, once he passed away, her stepmother promptly had to move them to a house, a smaller house, but she wants to be an actress. Her stepmother, like, she feels like she can be famous. She has gone and gotten a lot of work done because she's getting older, and that might not matter as much, except she's not been an actor before. So it's going to be hard to break into the genre as a older woman, and it's already hard for some women that are already acting and have the experience. But in this case, she had no experience and she's not good, guys. I'm just gonna put that out there. She's not good. But she has done some things that she felt like she need to do to get in the game. We'll talk about that later. Now you can see me putting these ragtag shorts on her in this too big shirt. One thing her stepmother bothers her about is her weight. Not now, never mind that one of her stepsisters is a little bit thicker than her. The thing is, Ella is beautiful, and her stepmother puts her in such trashy, raggedy, oversized clothes that you can't even see her beautiful shape. So she does work out. She is thick, and that's how she's supposed to be, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But it's something that her stepmother shames her for, and again, it's interesting because her stepsister, Blake, I think her name is. I'm forgetting right now, y'all. But anyway, she is thicker than Ella. She doesn't work out. But that just goes to show you that her stepmother bothers her and is not for any valid reason at all. So Cinderella, she can't really afford colorful nail polishes or anything. She does work and she has things that bring her money, but at the same time, her stepmother takes a lot of that because, like I said, they lived in a nice big house, but without her father's income, her stepmother knew that they needed to move to a smaller home. But instead of moving them to a smaller home in the city that they were in, or even a reasonably priced city, she moved them to the expensive city of Del Sol Valley. So even a small home was kind of expensive. So they actually don't have much money. What she doesn't know is that Ella has been stashing away funds in a way that her stepmother can't find them. Now, this was a hard lesson learned because it took her stepmother finding her hiding money 4 times and taking everything she had. I mean, not leaving her even any change behind before she finally got smart and figured out a way to hide money without her stepmother knowing. Now, how is she doing that? She's Cinderella, so she loves birds. She has a flock of birds that come to her outside. She even has kind of befriended a plant sim that lives in a stump. He's magical. Her stepmother doesn't know about him. She befriended him. He's kind of cute, but she has done some exploring with him, but they're not going to be a family or anything. She's kind of trapped in her situation until she's not anymore. But anyway, she's got a crow downstairs and she even found a Captain Bones fish. So what she did, her stepmother hates the animal. She hid her savings in the bird's nest. She puts them in, some plastic bags and she hides them in the bird's house because her stepmother will never go in there. So she'll see her out there singing to the birds, talking to the birds, and sometimes the birds even bring her gifts. But her stepmother just rolls her eyes, yells at her to go clean something, and keeps it moving. And it has now been 3 years that she has been scrimping and saving and not spending any extra money, guys, so that she can have extra. Now, Ella is musical. She loves to sing. Now, she doesn't play any instrument because her stepmother would never get her one. She is very neat because they make her clean everything in the house. both of her step sisters are lazy. One of them is a slob. One of them is also evil. Um, and then, she is family oriented. This is her stepmother who we are making right now. We need to talk about her because she's a mess. Okay, her stepmother's name is Eva Step, like evil stepmother, Eva Step. So, and the sister that I said name was Blake is actually named Hazel, y'all. I don't know where I even got Blake from. I'm still getting to know my characters. But anyway, Eva, I'm going for a look with her, and this look is a hard look. So I already know that I am going to change her eyes quite a bit. I'm going to make them squint, but not too much because I want her to be able to pass for not as evil when she needs to be. And I'm also going to kind of curve them up at the top corner and down in the center. And she's got a very specific style, like a preppy type look that she goes for. And she likes the biggest, the best, and the finest of things, even though she cannot afford that. And so, even though some of her things were starting to look worn, she resorted to something that she would never do, guys. And that is go to the swap meet and find herself some pieces. So she's got some costume jewelry and things like that she hopes no one knows about. But Ella knows, and she has been at the fringes and outside of grand balls and banquets and places where she was not allowed to sit with the family. And she's heard the people talking about her stepmother, Eva. But we are looking for some hair that is just right for her. And I think this French roll is going to be her main thing. Now, I am carefully picking out her clothes, guys, as you can tell. Now, Eva, I told you that she got into the acting game late. You may see that she's had some plastic surgery. She has some BBL work done. She's got the big boobs. She's got the booty, honey. She's got that waist shrunken in and stapled to a T, honey. She's got it all done. She's got a nose job. She's got the Botox lips. See, those are not her natural lips. She is going for the gusto. She wears all kinds of bright, eye catching colors, but red is her favorite because, she feels like it suits her the best. Now, to Ella, she feels like, oh, it's just the devil that she is. And it makes Ella not even like the color red because her stepmother does wear it so much. But like I said, you will definitely see other color outfits as we get through this. She is erratic. She is mean. She is disruptive. And she is evil. Well, actually, probably take away disruptive for now, but she is evil. So being erratic and evil and mean is already a choice. She wants to be a world famous, like a world famous celebrity, and that is her aspiration. If you ask Ella, she knows that her stepmother Eva will never get there, but you can't tell Eva that she thinks that her BBL has done her a great service. She thinks that she's so charming that she can get her way on everything. But Eva knows that her dad was just a little bit gullible. He didn't have the best discernment. He did love Eva as much as he thought he could love a wife that he didn't know. But the thing that Ella cared about with her dad is that he loved her. And she doesn't have any doubt that if he was around, that there is no way that he would let these injustices stand. This is her sister Hazel. She is self-absorbed, a slob, lazy, and a love bug. Now, this is the sister that or stepsister that Ella gets along with the best. She's not as mean to her, the first one, Hazel. Now, Jasmine, this is her other stepsister. She's evil, materialistic, and lazy. And they do not get along at all. Her and Ella, she talks so bad to Ella. And it's so sad to Ella because Jasmine is such a beauty. Like her face is so beautiful. Her stepsisters share a mother. They have different fathers, obviously. Obviously. But yeah, it could have been something else, but she knows their relationship will forever be trash. And this is Eva with her final looks. Even her nightgown has to be a statement. This is her party outfit. She could even be beautiful if she wasn't so ugly in the inside. But guys, this is Ella. You will see their house being built. I cannot wait. I've already filmed some of episode one. And guys, because we're going into a time jump right from episode one, I can't wait to tell this story of Cinderella, Sleeping Beauty, and Prince Charming. I hope you enjoyed this cast build and me rambling. And until next time, remember, keep simming, be happy, and always have a blessed day. Bye bye.